Hey everybody, this is Wavetune and welcome back to another video. Today I am going to give you my best tips on how to get good at Geometry Dash. I'm not gonna lie here, I am a pretty good player and I have quite a bit of experience. However, if you compare me to extreme demon beaters, the likes of Sunix and Combined and Diamond Splash, I'm actually pretty terrible. But anyway, in this video I've collected my best tips and tricks that I've come across so far for getting good at Geometry Dash, and maybe when I do start being insane in extreme demons, I will do a follow-up video. But for now, without further ado, let's get into it. This is very important. You have to start somewhere, and it's much better to start with easy levels and build up. You can't just go straight from this to this. It just doesn't work. You'll waste hundreds of attempts and might not even beat 10%. It doesn't just have to be Stereo Madness either though. There are a ton of extremely easy but really cool levels which you can find easily by just using the easy filter and clicking most liked. All of these are really cool easy levels that most people could probably beat without practice. After you've mastered easy levels, apart from joke ones like Xmas Challenge of course, you can go on to normal, then hard, then harder, until eventually you'll be able to beat most of the levels you see in the Hall of Fame and featured and the like in under 100 attempts of practice or so. That's when Geometry Dash starts getting really fun. So I know they don't have the best design in the world, but seriously, these are levels you should play. And it's not necessarily because they're extremely fun or extremely good, it's because they do what they're meant to do extremely well, to prepare you for everything you will encounter in the game. The first few levels are great already. Stereo Madness and Back on Track have just basic cube and rocket gameplay. Poltergeist introduces jump rings. Dry Out introduces upside down gameplay. And then Jumper has some of the upside down rocket as well. Cycles gets you pretty good at the ball and gives you invaluable practice at those really annoying rocket transition parts that you're definitely going to come across sometime. Theory of Everything and Clutterfunk introduce the UFO, and Clutterfunk is also great practice for more fast-paced levels. Hexagon Force gives you dual experience in quite a few modes. Blast Processing introduces the wave. Geometrical Dominator has Robot, and, of course, that infamous memorization part that I still die at and couldn't be bothered to re-practice because it's so annoying. And then Finger Dash, the newest level with the 2.1 game mode, Spider. There are also some really nice in-between levels to consolidate the learning, if you like. For example, Electroman Adventures, X-Step and Electrodynamics. And then, of course, in all their glory, there are the three demons. All of them, Theory of Everything 2 in particular, I think do an absolutely brilliant job of putting everything together and getting you ready for everything that's going to come when you play all the user levels and levels in the future. Timings, invisible gameplay, ball mazes, memorization, tight rocket, they have it all. That, in combination with them being awesome levels in themselves, is what I love so much about them. And when you do finally beat the final boss, Deadlocked, you feel the sense of completion so much that you've finally beaten all the RobTop levels, of which there are currently 21, and know you have sufficient skill to go out and beat easy demons, medium demons, and even later extreme demons created by other users. This one's also important. Never give up and believe in yourself. Here's how I do it. Whenever I think, oh, I'm never going to beat this level while watching a video of, say, Bloodlust, Spatial Rend, Artificial Ascent, or an equally hard Extreme Demon, or even a slightly easier Insane or something, I always think, well, when I was beating Stereo Madness and Back on Track, and was really happy when I beat them, I never ever thought I would be able to ever beat Deadlocked. I thought that was completely beyond my reach. And Now I've beaten Deadlocked and I'm powering through easy demons and medium demons and even a few hards, and I never ever thought that would be inside my ability. So that's what I think of whenever I get demotivated to play or think that I'm never going to get to a certain level, and a similar thing might work for you. Personally, I always think it helps motivate me to have something, some ultimate goal to work up to eventually. For me, that would be to beat Bloodlust, but of course, it doesn't have to be that. It can be anything you like, even just to beat Back on Track, or to maybe gain 500 stars in the game. And I know that that will not happen for a very long time, maybe not ever. But still, along with tip 3, it helps me stay motivated and focused and have hope that someday I might complete it. Another great piece of advice is to enjoy it. There's no point playing levels you don't like or find annoying. If you really don't like something or don't enjoy playing it, then just stop. Find levels with good gameplay, because personally, I really prefer levels with good gameplay, even if it's just a layout, over levels that have an amazing design or amazing art, but are really quite annoying and unfun to play. So if you find a level you really don't like, just play something else. Now, you might be wondering why I'm talking about creating in a video about how to get good at playing Geometry Dash, but if I'm honest, creating can actually really help playing. Now, it might just be me, but I have created a layout or two, and I must say, although it's been pretty tedious and has taken me quite a while to even make a shorter than full length level, it's still been really fun to do, and also the feeling when you play through your gameplay and it's pretty enjoyable, and then you think, wow, I made this is actually pretty good, is awesome. And if on top of that you're good at decorating as well, which is basically the opposite of me, you can decorate your level, verify it yourself, upload it, and maybe even get it featured. That would certainly be amazing. Creating can also give you experience of how different types of gameplay work, which can maybe make you better at playing. Also, if your level's hard, a demon perhaps, it would also be a good achievement to verify it as well. When a lot of people start playing Geometry Dash, they think that within a few days, maybe a few weeks of practice, they'll be able to start crushing demons and find the game really, really easy. Now, a lot of people do not understand this is not the case. Even to get as good as I am, to be able to beat most easy demons in under 400 to 500 attempts, took a year to a year and a half. And until I can start beating insane and extreme demons, especially since I play on an iPad, will probably double this time at least. Although the time taken to get good at the game obviously differs from person to person, it will take a lot longer than most people think to start beating demons regularly. You just have to keep at it. And now we come to undoubtedly the most important part of how to get good at Geometry Dash: practice. There's no doubt about it. I could never have got to where I am now. None of the biggest players in GD now, or in its history, could have got to where they are now without practice. A lot of people think that the best players in GD, and even players that are slightly less good than that, don't have to practice to beat levels, and that's not true. That's probably the most important lesson anyone can teach you in Geometry Dash. You have to practice. Without those little green checkpoints, none of the hardest levels that are in Geometry Dash right now, or even the slightly easier ones, could have been beaten. If anyone wants to get good at Geometry Dash, practice is absolutely crucial. Anyway, that is it for this week. I hope these tips have helped you or will maybe help you in the future. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed the video and we'll come back next week for more. But until then, I'll see you next time.